Wait, watch this.
But first, Seattle's new socialist mayor, Katie Wilson, in the hot seat after a horrific video of a 77-year-old man severely beaten in downtown Seattle goes viral. She's facing heavy scrutiny after freezing the city's expansion of surveillance cameras, the same type of cameras that helped police catch those attackers. Her reason for pausing these surveillance cams? To protect the privacy of immigrants. This is Outnumbered. I'm Emily Campagno, here with my co-hosts Harris Faulkner and Kaylee McEnany. And also joining us today, Kennedy, host of the Kennedy Saves the World podcast, and Josh Ritter, former prosecutor, criminal defense attorney, Fox News contributor, and co-host of the weekly rap sheet on Fox Nation. Now, we have to warn you, please, the footage we're about to show is incredibly graphic. You can see here that elderly man walking down the street, then being shoved to the ground. The victim was hospitalized for a week, having a broken arm, a broken knee, and many facial injuries. One suspect was arrested and charged with second-degree assault and jailed on the night of the assault. Watch.
You know Katie?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I know Katie.
The mayor.
Yeah.
Thank you. That's it. That's almost. That's my last word.
He was released on bail 2 days after his arrest and is now currently wanted on a $200,000 warrant. Officers are actively searching for him. A second suspect was later arrested by police in nearby Redmond. His arrest came after a caller recognized him from news coverage of the incident. The Redmond, Washington chief of police is touting the use of technology at nabbing their suspects, saying this arrest is the direct result of strong collaboration between agencies and the vigilance of our community. By combining real-time technology with focused investigative work, we are able to identify suspects quickly and hold violent offenders accountable. Last week, Mayor Wilson was asked about rolling back these cameras, but her team interrupted.
People in that community who are concerned that there's been rising gun violence and that there should be more surveillance cameras and that kind of thing. That's obviously been an issue that you weighed in on. Does that change it? Does that change your perspective at all?
Well, let's keep it on. Yeah, let's keep it on the top of this event. Thanks.
But does that change your perspective at all on the issue of surveillance cameras based on what you went through on Tuesday?
Yeah.
Appreciate it, but let's keep it on topic, okay?
I believe that CCTV cameras have an important role to play in our public safety system, and we also have to be very careful to make sure that our data storage, security, sharing practices don't make that system vulnerable to misuse and abuse, whether that's by federal immigration enforcement or by other bad actors.
Josh, the only use and abuse I saw were those two wastes of flesh that attacked an elderly man. And when she talks about who they are trying to protect, I'm not quite sure why protection of her constituents isn't A, a priority, or B, on the agenda, as her staff said.
Yeah, this is untethered progressive politics, but it's also incredibly dangerous for the reason that you just point out. She's talking about trying to protect vulnerable communities. Well, where do you think this crime is taking place? Where do you think they're putting these cameras to try to protect these people? She talks about how it seems she's worried about these cameras exploiting those communities. We have no evidence of that. This is just her argument being made. What we do have evidence of, though, is them solving crimes by use of these cameras. These cameras are not being placed in some sort of quiet residential neighborhood where they're spying on people. They're being placed in high crime areas. The name of the McDonald's where this took place has been nicknamed by that local community as McStabbies. That's what they're trying to protect people from, these vulnerable communities that she's so concerned with. That's what they're having to deal with, and that's why these cameras are so important.
Kennedy, you and I both lived in Seattle for many years, and it personally just...
I used to go to the gym right around the corner from there.
Nice. Did you hang out at McStabbies?
I did. That's how it got the name.
It breaks my heart to see how quickly the downward spiral has occurred and how clearly the vulnerable, the residents there, the elderly, the underserved communities that these talking heads on the city council and the mayors, the succession of mayors, have sort of purported to represent, but anything but is actually protecting them. We have seen horrific crimes. Remember the dog walker that when carjacking got killed under the wheel, she was run over in addition to the dogs in front of all of the neighborhood. But, oh, that was a crime of poverty. I mean, it's sickening to see how they treat the crimes there.
Yeah.
So this ugly mayor, Katie, if you don't know, she's the new mayor of Seattle. First of all, let me start with this before I go into the facts. I live like 40 minutes from Seattle. A trash place. That's why when you see these protesters that's from Seattle and that live in Seattle, and you see them protesting in Seattle, understand that is a very trash city. And I mean, when you go there, not just me, you know, being on the right or conservative, whatever. When you go to Seattle, it is a trash city. I'm like, it is full of nothing but homeless encampments. Like, don't let them lie to you and say they clearing it out. No, they not. They getting rid of the ones that surrounds the FIFA area where they're gonna have the FIFA Cup. But all throughout Seattle is a bunch of homeless encampments. You can, especially in the stadium district, the downtown district, you cannot walk 1 block without seeing homeless people. You can't. It's impossible. You can't go to Capitol Hill without seeing some disgusting things happening at night. At night, Capitol Hill, you're gonna see some you're gonna see some stuff that's gonna make your stomach turn. I'm telling you. So when people in Seattle get all high and mighty and holier than thou and all of that, I'm like, I remember like the look of the city is trash. The buildings are trash. The people are trash. And I mean, just by looks. Like, it does not look like a beautiful place. It does not. It's not a beautiful place. They need to stop lying to people. Seattle's not a beautiful place. It's ugly. That's why when I first was getting stationed out in Washington State, people was telling me to be careful because Washington State looks so damn depressing. Not to mention the weather looks depressing, but it's a depressing state. That's why the suicide rate was high here for military personnel. The state looks trash. And the weather is even worse. It just looks trash here. It does. Homeless encampments are everywhere. All throughout Seattle. All throughout Washington. So anyway, that's my little spiel on Seattle, because I think it's just a trash place. You go there and you literally get a depressed feeling by just looking around when you stand outside of somewhere in Seattle. You get a depressed feeling looking at these places in Seattle, these businesses, and you look at the people and how they conduct themselves. So let's get on to this video still with the 70-something-year-old man getting assaulted by 2 black people. I don't know what the situation was. I don't know. I mean, the person's 70-something years old. I think they could get a pass. You know what I mean? No matter what it is. And that goes back to a personal story. My first time ever stepping foot in Seattle, Washington, right? We literally got off the ferry. We went from Bremerton to Seattle with the ferry. We got off the ferry. We stepped off the ferry, went onto the street, and we literally, because it goes up a hill a little bit, we looked towards the hill of the streets or whatever, and there's literally somebody running up to somebody and knocking them out, like just one punch knocking them out. And that was my first experience of stepping foot into Seattle. It was like a game of knockout or something. I don't know, but the dude just randomly ran up to the guy and just behind him, knocked him out, sucker punch. I'm like, it was crazy. I'm like, that was my first introduction into Seattle. It was crazy. So this does not surprise me at all. But anyway, when it comes back to this ugly mayor, I'm gonna keep calling her the ugly mayor. The ugly mayor, Katie, she has paused the expansion of surveillance cameras pending a data privacy audit, right? Now, even cameras in the stadium district, like I just talked about, are on hold, but will only be activated for credible threats during the 2026 World Cup. License plates readers. 400 automatic license plate readers on police vehicles have been suspended. And the pause, she stated, the pause is necessary to evaluate the impact of the cameras on civil liberties and to ensure they are not used to target immigrants. You can't take these people serious, man. These socialist leftists that are becoming mayors all over the country, you cannot take them serious. They don't care about the crime. You think they care about crime? They don't care about this crime. And then the dude, when he getting arrested to the body cam video, he's saying, you know, Katie, the mayor. Yeah, I know her. That's my last word. That's all I got to say. Yeah, because he know he about to get off because she's the mayor. Ugly little people like her, they don't care about the crime. They just happy that some people are finally accepting them. She found a place where she can be accepted as the mayor. This woman is sitting there wanting to put tax dollars towards purchasing a lot of tiny homes. Which she wants to say and mask as if she's cleaning up the homeless, when actually those tiny homes are for the homeless to go do drugs and to have somebody monitoring them and they're to make sure they're not overdosing. This woman's first order of business, she claimed on camera, was to use taxpayer dollars to build staffed public restrooms. She's sitting here saying all them billionaires that want to leave, the rich that want to leave, the wealthy that want to leave, go ahead, bye. She's going to be an idiot, and she's going to be just like Kathy Hochul over there in New York, and she's going to start begging the wealthy to come back. It is ridiculous. Why we got this ugly person as a mayor? It don't make no sense. It don't make any sense. People like her on the left, they want this place to be Grand Theft Auto. They want to be able to do whatever they want. They want people to be able to do whatever they want, whenever they want, however they want, with no consequences. That's what they want. Shut down 400 automatic police license plate readers already in police cruisers. Suspended. Now want to pause new CCTV surveillance cameras in the stadium district where crime is happening. Crime doesn't stop, especially when you're getting rid of the surveillance cameras that could help not put a stop to it, but can help minimize it. You're trying to get rid of those cameras. That makes no sense whatsoever. We know what that shows you. She's not tough on crime. That's what it shows you. She's not tough on crime. This elderly man can be assaulted by two young black people. Like, it's ridiculous. I'm like, that's why I don't like the people of Seattle. That's why I don't. If I go there, it's because I got an appointment there. That's it. I do not like the people of Seattle. These people are insane, and they want this place to be GTA. They want to be able to do whatever they want, however they want, whenever they want, wherever they want, with no consequences. They don't live in reality in Seattle. They don't. They don't live in reality. Now, this ugly mayor, that is her nickname for me. The ugly mayor is trying to increase crime. It's ridiculous. Y'all, I think it's one of the worst things ever. I think she's one of the worst mayors ever. I think she's stupid. She's ugly. There's no reason for her to even have been mayor in the first place. She has no experience in it. The chick was like working at Starbucks or something. She had a regular everyday job, and all of a sudden she want to run for mayor, and people vote her in because they're stupid over there in Seattle. They are. Seattle is full of stupid people. Like whenever I have to go there, there's always stupid people. It's stupid people and homeless people. That's what you find in Seattle. Stupid people and homeless people. That's what you find. Stupid homeless tweakers. It's crazy. I don't like Seattle. I don't like nobody in Seattle. I don't. But whatever. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Till next time, y'all, I'm out. I feel like I'm good on my own. Don't need nobody beside me.